Carla lived a life that, for many, seemed like a fairy tale. Married to Rogerio, a financial magnate, she was surrounded by luxuries. An immense mansion, international trips, and invitations to the most exclusive events. But behind this perfect facade, Carla knew she was in a prison. Rogerio was controlling and manipulative. He used his power and wealth to ensure she was entirely dependent on him, limiting her freedom and isolating her from friends and family. Although there were red flags at the beginning of their marriage, Carla chose to ignore them. Now, she felt like her life was no longer her own. That night, Rogerio arrived home later than usual. He wore an impeccable suit but had an impatient expression. "I have an important event," he announced while adjusting his tie in the hall mirror. Carla, accustomed to being his companion at galas and meetings, began to prepare. When she came down the stairs, ready to leave, Rogerio interrupted her with a cutting remark. "You're not going?" Carla froze. "What do you mean by that?" she asked, trying to hide her discomfort. "I'm your wife. I should go with you." Rogerio, without even looking at her, sighed as if explaining the obvious. "It's not appropriate. I need you to stay home tonight. It will be better for everyone." Before she could protest, Rogerio grabbed his keys and left. Carla heard the sound of the door locking. He had taken the key with him. Carla felt a wave of anger and humiliation. How dare he treat her this way? She walked through the mansion, trying to hold back tears. The silence of the house felt even more oppressive that night. The mansion, once a symbol of status, now felt like a cold and empty labyrinth. You want to know where this story goes, don't you? Before we continue, if you want to support our channel in bringing more incredible stories, leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. If you're enjoying this, turn on notifications to know when new videos come out. While wandering through the rooms, Carla noticed something unusual in the library. One of the shelves was slightly out of place, letting a sliver of light escape. Curious, she approached and pressed the wood, discovering a hidden passage. Carla's heart raced. She knew Rogerio was hiding things from her, but she never imagined something like this. The passage led to a secret room filled with safes, folders, and scattered papers. Carla felt a mix of adrenaline and fear as she searched the place. She opened one of the folders and found documents describing illegal financial transactions, offshore accounts, and money laundering schemes. Rogerio wasn't just a wealthy businessman, he was a criminal. Carla flipped through more papers and found something that made her blood run cold. Photos and letters exchanged between Rogerio and a woman named Isabel. The messages made it clear that Isabel wasn't just a mistress, but also an accomplice in Rogerio's illicit dealings. The letters mentioned meetings at parties, trips, and even business discussions. For Carla, this was a double blow. She had not only been betrayed in her marriage, but also used as a facade to hide Rogerio's true nature. As she processed what she had discovered, she heard a sound that made her freeze. Footsteps echoed down the hallway. Carla turned off the light in the room and hid behind a desk. Who was in the house? Rogerio wasn't supposed to return so soon. The footsteps got closer, and a male voice, not Rogerio's, called out, "Everything secure in here?" It was as if someone was checking the area. Carla gripped her phone tightly, trying to control her breathing. After a few minutes, the footsteps moved away and silence returned. Carla knew she needed to get out, but also knew she couldn't leave without the evidence. She quickly photographed the most important documents and saved everything on her phone. She exited the secret room and returned to the library, ensuring the shelf looked exactly as it had before. When she tried to open the front door, she remembered it was locked. Rogerio always left a spare car in the garage, and Carla decided to take the risk. She found the keys and exited through the side entrance, driving to her sister Luisa's house in a nearby town. When she arrived, she broke down in tears, telling her everything she had discovered. In the following days, Carla and Luisa sought out a lawyer specializing in financial crimes. With the evidence in hand, he confirmed that Rogerio was involved in a scheme of massive proportions. With this, he could face serious charges, the lawyer said. But Carla knew exposing Rogerio would be dangerous. He had powerful connections, and men like him didn't give up without a fight. Meanwhile, Rogerio began to sense something was wrong. When he returned home the next morning, he found Carla missing. He tried calling her, but the phone was off. Entering the library, he realized the secret passage had been used. Rogerio panicked. He knew that if this information fell into the wrong hands, his life would collapse. Carla, for her part, knew she needed to act quickly. She handed over the documents to authorities, who launched a formal investigation against Rogerio. The case gained media attention, exposing the financial scheme and the businessman's double life. His reputation began to crumble, and the allies who once protected him started to abandon him. But Rogerio didn't accept defeat easily. He hired private investigators to find Carla and try to recover the original documents. One night, Carla realized she was being followed. She called Luisa, who helped her plan a meeting with authorities at a safe location. Finally, Carla met with investigators, handing over everything she had discovered. The evidence was enough to have Rogerio arrested, but Carla knew the battle was far from over. Even in prison, he remained a powerful figure. For Carla, what began as a night of humiliation turned into a journey of self-discovery and liberation. For the first time in years, she felt she had control over her life. She decided to start over in another city, far from the luxury that had imprisoned her, but full of determination to build a life based on her own choices. Want to know more about this story and many others we still have to share? Then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every day, a new story comes straight from our mysterious archive, filled with tales and accounts we've gathered from various sources. Cases with stories that will give you chills. Also, don't forget to share this video with that friend of yours who loves a good mystery.